Okay, so I took a look at the Surface Pen earlier and compared it to the Wacom Bamboo Ink Plus, and it pretty much destroyed it. It's so much better. But now I want to throw another pen in the mix, and that is this Renaisser pencil. It's model R520. I was looking at this one because I was trying to find a way to hover click on the Surface Pen, and there isn't a way to do that without additional software. And this pen, if you buy from the Tablet Pro website, it includes the software that allows you to customize the button function for specific apps, as well as hover click, which is really useful. In addition to that, it actually has a couple of features that the Surface Pen does not have. One, it has two buttons here on the barrel instead of just one. So you could use one for middle click and one for right click, which is really useful for 3D software. And it also charges with USB-C. It has this little USB-C cap that connects to this button on the top here, and that's how you charge it. Not thrilled about that because I'm probably going to end up losing this thing, but I do like that it could charge with a USB-C instead of quadruple A batteries. But now I want to test out how well it works in terms of drawing compared to the Surface Pen. And just look at some light lines, pretty good, and some shading. And also try it with a pencil. You could do slow diagonals pretty good too. The jitter that you're seeing is probably just my hand. And shading. How does it compare? So I could get a good set of tones here. Here is the R520. So I could already kind of tell that I could start off with quite a bit lighter lines. It's a little harder to get the dark lines, but I can get it. I have to push a little harder to get the dark lines. How about shading? So the pressure curve is a little different. It starts off a little lighter and requires a little more pressure. You could probably customize that to get to the pressure curve that you want. I don't see a whole lot of difference, other than the fact that it requires a little more pressure to get dark lines. The plus side is that you could get lighter lines a little easier. Like it still picks up even when you put very little pressure on it. It's just the lines are lighter. Now let's test this on Sketchbook. Again, we'll start off with the Surface Pen. Let's just do some light lines, do some slow ones. Again, the jitters you see is just, it seems to follow my brush strokes pretty smoothly. And I could get some pretty dark lines as well. In terms of shading, let's try the pencil tool. Yeah, I could get a good amount of contrast. Both pens have tilt support. Both pens have palm rejection. Neither of the pens' palm rejection is as good as Wacom EMR, but that's to be expected. Here is the R520. Again, the lines are a little lighter. I feel like I have to press a little harder to get the dark lines, but I do get a little bit lighter lines on the light end. And I can shade okay with it as well. And let's try the pencil tool. The lines are there. It's a little lighter. It's not like it's not registering at all. It's just that the lines are coming out a lot lighter. And I can shade with it. Oh, and there is one other thing. The Microsoft pen, the back of it is the eraser. So if you turn it around, you could use it to erase. With the R520, the back of the pen is not an eraser. It is a button, but instead you could erase by pressing the barrel button, and that'll turn it to the eraser tool, which I actually find more convenient because I don't have to flip my pencil around every time. So same thing here in Sketchbook. So you turn it around on the surface to erase, which I find more cumbersome than if I were to just press the button here and erase. So that is one of the strengths, and also the fact that it has two buttons here instead of one on the surface. It also comes with 3 pen tips. What I don't love about it is the cap that I will probably end up losing, but it is nice that it's USB-C. I think either pen, it has a good enough pressure curve that I could work with it to create some professional illustrations. I don't see a whole lot of difference, but functionality-wise, I think this pen is slightly better than the Surface Pen.